What even is GeForce Now? It's cloud gaming, right? So why do I ask that question? Put simply, GeForce Now makes zero sense to me. Now, normally when I say words like that, I will get comments like, terrible video, how can you not understand what it is? Or, my dude, you're just an idiot. Or something along the lines of, GeForce Now is life, how can you not understand it? Among many more in-depth and expletive-riddled comments from staunch defenders of the service. If you would allow me, however, I would like to ask the question of, what is GeForce Now, to explain why it makes no sense to me. I mentioned GeForce Now in many videos, especially those around cloud gaming, so I feel it's only fair to revisit it and see if maybe I've judged it too harshly, if maybe the staunch defense is unjust, or if the reality is somewhere in between. As with all videos of this nature, personal situations are going to affect conclusions. So the conclusions that I draw from the information that I'm going to outline today may well be different from the conclusions that you would draw. And that's fine. Not every service has to be a one-size-fits-all scenario. But please, let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts on GeForce Now and why you feel that way. With all that being said, I'm going to ask a few questions and outline some information to lead to conclusions, and who knows, I may change my mind along the way. But without further ado, let's start asking those questions. What is cloud gaming? An important piece of the puzzle to answer my overarching question. But oddly, this isn't a very well-defined aspect of the industry. If I asked you what console gaming was, you would tell me about boxes under TVs that take physical and digital media made by certain companies with defined input methods that allow you to play video games easily in the comfort of your living room. The same strict parameters would apply to PC, handheld, or mobile gaming. You'd be able to tell me exactly what they are. Cloud gaming, though, isn't as well defined. As such, because cloud gaming is a bit of a buzzword and flavour of the year, any service mildly linked to gaming that uses the cloud for any aspect of its operation is using the words cloud gaming in their marketing. Shadow is a great example of this. If you Google Shadow, they come up as a cloud gaming company. All of their marketing and information says they provide cloud gaming. When you look deeper into Shadow, though, they are so much more. And marketing themselves as cloud gaming only is really selling their services short. The reality of the matter is that Shadow offers a full PC experience to you remotely. You can boot Shadow up on your phone or tablet, TV or aging laptop, and have a full, powerful Windows desktop experience on the go, with devices that you already have. You could be productive in the Office suite of applications, game if you fancy, or even edit and export 4K video, among literally everything else that a PC allows you to do. So why is it marketed as a cloud gaming service? Because Shadow is far more than a gaming-only service. There's more than that, though. Shouldn't a cloud gaming service include some games natively? Shadow is £29.99 per month to use. Let's call it £30 for the sake of a penny. And that doesn't have anything gaming related included. Instead, you have to treat the service like a PC in the house to be able to play games. You would still need to pay for Game Pass Ultimate to top the price of Shadow if you want the Xbox PC games. You would still need to install Steam and use that to buy PlayStation Studios titles on PC. And the same is true for third-party titles, additional storefronts, and so on. If this service is solely for gaming, after a single year of use, if you had saved the money instead, you could actually have a base level PC or laptop in hand and do away with the subscription fee for Shadow. Marketed as a purely cloud gaming service, it is pricing itself out of the market when you consider xCloud is a third of the price and easier to use. By failing to capitalise on its own major remote working positives, it means it is losing potential customers. By marketing itself as a cloud gaming service, Shadow is grossly underselling its capabilities and trying to appeal to the wrong customer base for its services. Now, Shadow isn't the only one doing this. It just so happens to be a prime example. Loudplay and Nware are very similar, and I would personally classify these types of services as remote access because they do so much more than just gaming. For my money, cloud gaming comes in two flavours. Either a cloud-based console, so the same setup as PlayStation, Nintendo or Xbox hardware currently, just without the hardware, where you can purchase games and play them wherever you are, or sign up to an optional subscription like Xbox Live Gold and get inclusive games each month, a la Stadia. Or they come as a Netflix-style service, offering a rotating inclusive library of games for a monthly subscription fee, a la PlayStation Now or xCloud. Is GeForce Now cloud gaming? Stick with me here, guys. It's an important question to ask. GeForce Now is a service that only offers gaming. It does this through a cloud infrastructure. So, it's definitely cloud gaming, right? Well, from what I've described in the previous point about cloud gaming, no. There is no store within GeForce Now to allow you to buy games, nor is there a rotating inclusive library for a subscription fee. To play a game on GeForce Now, you have to buy it elsewhere first, then come back to GeForce Now, add it to your library, if of course that version of the game is compatible with the service, and then play it after queuing for a time. So it's a remote access PC like Shadow, right? Well, no. GeForce Now has a custom user interface that is specifically and only designed for gaming. You can't capture content, browse the web, or use Microsoft Office through GeForce Now. So while you are accessing a PC build remotely, you're not getting the full PC experience. So what is GeForce Now? According to their own website, it is a gateway into PC gaming with the power of NVIDIA GeForce GPUs in the cloud. So it's something different again. It is similar to cloud gaming, it is similar to remote access, but the reality is that it is a gateway platform borrowing aspects from both. By NVIDIA's own admission, it isn't meant to be long-term. It is a gateway to eventually purchase an NVIDIA GPU-powered PC. It operates in the cloud, sure, but it isn't either of the services previously outlined. GeForce Now is almost unique in its design and implementation. It doesn't fit any of the other shapes that other cloud services offer, so we shouldn't treat it like any of the others on offer. Except for the fact that, like Shadow, they market themselves as a cloud gaming provider. What does GeForce Now offer? GeForce Now offers multiple levels of access. The cheapest option is totally free, but it does come with some heavy caveats. Once you have created a GeForce Now account, you get the free option which grants you a standard rig, normal wait times, and a maximum 1 hour playtime session length. What a standard rig is, NVIDIA doesn't elaborate on. But as you can see from this footage here, captured on the free version, it isn't bad. The normal wait times are a pain, and you'll be queuing anywhere from a few seconds to well over an hour, depending on the popularity of the game that you want to play. If someone from the other two levels of access also wants to play that same game, you may on the odd occasion find your queue position increasing rather than decreasing. The 1 hour play session length can be mitigated slightly by immediately re-queuing. There's nothing to stop you doing that, but you will lose your place in the game during this process. If it's a popular game, it will also cause a very broken playtime experience. Free is essentially meant to be a taster, or for low-level or casual gamers. You get a feel for the service, and then you look at paying more for the next one up. The first paid level is called Premium, and it costs £8.99 per month. For that money, you get a premium rig with ray tracing turned on, priority access to game servers, 6 hours of playtime after a single queue, and 1080p resolution at 60 frames per second. As with standard, Premium rig is not expanded on. With free looking decent, 1080-60 also looks great on smaller screens, though in games like Dauntless, Tomb Raider and Destiny 2, I personally noticed zero difference in resolution or frame rate between the two tiers. Queue times are noticeably better than the free option, but again, depending on the popularity of the title that you wish to play, you will still be queuing for game time on the odd occasion.
This is mitigated, however, by being able to play for 6 hours at a time once you are in. The top tier is called 3080, and that costs £17.99 per month. For that, you get an RTX 3080 rig with ray tracing turned on, exclusive access to 3080 servers, 8 hours play session length, 1440p resolution at 120 frames per second on PC and Mac only, and 4K HDR content on the Nvidia Shield TV device only. This is a very expensive option, being only £2 shy of £20 a month. It's worth noting that it isn't a real 3080 being used for this tier either. Instead, it's using an Ampere GA102 chip that fits into server blades, and it's pairing that with an 8-core AMD Threadripper CPU, 28GB of DDR4 memory, and a Gen 4 SSD. A top-of-the-line rig for sure, but not an actual 3080 for the cost. And it is limited. Only certain devices can use it to anything more than what the £8.99 premium tier offers, so be sure to check that you can use it fully before signing up. GeForce Now is compatible with over 1,000 of Steam's 30,000 game library. Games need to be purchased separately, either through Steam or other limited supported storefronts, before they can be played on GeForce Now. There is limited compatibility for which games from Steam and other PC storefronts can be played, so check what is compatible before purchasing. The application will work on PC, Mac, Nvidia Shield TV, along with all Android and iOS devices.
Who is it for?
This is the question that previously really stumped me. Advertised as cloud gaming, I was an obvious part of the target audience for GeForce Now. Having no PC and only one games console, suddenly having the ability to be able to access PC games on my phone or tab was an enticing prospect. But not having had a PC since 2013, I realised that using the service was so convoluted that it would chase many newcomers away. I had no Steam games when I started using the service. So I went to Steam and I bought Golf It, a cheap and fun party golf game that many friends played. I did this via the Chrome browser on my phone, as there's no way to purchase games through the service itself. I returned to GeForce Now to find out that the game itself isn't compatible with GeForce Now despite its popularity. Not the end of the world, I can get a refund on the game having not played it. But as a newcomer, I was questioning the design. There's no way on Steam to see what is compatible with GeForce Now. GeForce Now not offering an in-app store that links to Steam means I had to keep switching between apps to check what was compatible with GeForce Now that I could then buy. When only 0.03% of all Steam games are available on GeForce Now, you can see how time-consuming such a simple activity like purchasing a game becomes. Compare that to the PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, or Stadia digital stores, and it's making a very simple and perfected process unnecessarily difficult. Marketed as a gateway to GeForce GPUs to convince me to purchase the hardware, it didn't enamor me either. Not having a PC, Mac, or Nvidia Shield TV device, the gaming experience on GeForce Now was so similar whether playing on the free, premium, or 3080 tier when accessing it on my phone or tablet. The maximum resolution I could attain was 1080p, even though both devices have 1440p plus displays. The maximum frame rate I achieved was 60 frames per second, even though both devices have 120Hz screens, and the 3080 tier is meant to offer 120 frames on mobile. This service is meant to convince me to buy a PC, build one myself, or stay subscribed to GeForce Now for the long run. When all it is offering me, however, is less than my PlayStation 5 offers, for quite a bit more cost whichever marketing goal you look at, why would I make that jump to PC? So it's not for cloud gaming enthusiasts, and it's not for those without a PC as a gateway into maybe buying one. But what about the dyed-in-the-wool PC enthusiasts? Now these guys have a much better starting platform. Depending how long they've been a PC user, they may have tens, hundreds, or even thousands of games across multiple PC storefronts. But then that figure from earlier crops up again. 0.03% of all Steam games are available via GeForce Now, and that figure is even lower for other storefronts, including Epic. Now yes, that is more than 1,000 titles on Steam, but when Steam has more than 30,000 titles available, you still stand better odds of getting a natural full-odd shiny in Pokemon than finding a game from your library on the service. Now most of the compatible games are the big AAA titles from the big developers, so it's not quite as bad as I'm making out. But to take an example, Epic gave away all 3 Tomb Raider reboot games at the very tail end of 2021. When these were given away for free, only Rise of the Tomb Raider was available for play on GeForce Now via Epic. Both Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider were only available if bought on Steam. Now that was updated in March 2022, and all 3 can now be played via Epic. But it's still an example of popular AAA games in an industry-defining franchise from 2013, 15 and 18 respectively, without full compatibility on the service in 2022. A service that has been around since 2013, by the way. At the time of writing, 2022's biggest game release, Elden Ring, is not available on GeForce Now, nor is January's big release, God of War, or any of the other PlayStation PC ports. So for the dyed-in-the-wool PC gamer, it doesn't make huge sense either. For the most part, you're going to play everything locally on your PC, because it can do it, and it has a much wider compatibility with games and storefronts. GeForce Now is not therefore a permanent subscription for the dyed-in-the-wool PC gamer. When you are remote, you may well consider GeForce Now for a month, but Steam Link, a free mobile application, can give you a similar experience, and that uses your personal hardware to work, so all of your games are available for unlimited playtimes remotely for no additional charge. You just need an internet connection at either end. The only demographic that I can think that this may work for is people with aging PCs or laptops. Let's not forget PCs are expensive. Just an RTX 3060 processor is pushing £500 here in the UK. There's a lot more that needs to go with that to build a full working PC. So an £8.99 or £17.99 outlay per month to extend the lifespan of aging hardware might not be a bad shout. For that 3080 tier, it would be £216 a year to use GeForce Now, and it would therefore be 4, 5 or 6 years before you've spent the same amount of money as buying a new PC. You do, however, still face the game compatibility issue. If the game isn't available on GeForce Now, you don't get to play it. That's 4 demographics of gamers that I've gone through. The 4 squarely in the crosshairs of GeForce Now's marketing, 2 of which I fall into personally. And honestly, I'm none the wiser of who it is actually for. Each bit of marketing seems to aim it differently, and the experience, at least for me, doesn't live up to what you're told. But what about you guys? Does it make sense who it is for to you? If so, please let me know in the comments, because I have to be missing something here, right?
What are my thoughts? What is GeForce Now?
I regularly see news articles that are overwhelmingly positive for GeForce Now. They praise its performance and accessibility, among other things, and these are huge positives. I mean, the only mainstream operating system it isn't confirmed to work on right now is Linux. But knowing Linux users, that's something that they can probably very easily overcome. I face issues, though, when it's held aloft as the best cloud gaming service. Compared to Stadia, it is more expensive, has lower resolution, and the same frame rate on the devices that I have. Compare it to xCloud and it's a convoluted mess to get started in. Compare it to PlayStation Now, and it's just lacking blockbusters despite having over 1,000 games available. It does have positives, and you should never undersell that. But its list of negatives, caveats, provisos and idiosyncrasies, for me, make it impossible to recommend. It's not cloud gaming, nor is it remote access. It's more akin to Dig or Lemeroid on Android. They are emulation front ends that allow you to nicely browse all of the games across all of your applications, then click it and it plays it on your phone automatically. Maybe that's what GeForce Now is. A gaming front end, so that you can play all of your existing games wherever you are. If that is the case, then I honestly think it's doing a reasonable job. I wish it would speed up the addition of games compatibility to the service, but I don't know the legalities involved with such a thing, so they may be going as fast as they can. But if that's the case, it needs to change its marketing. GeForce Now Cloud Gaming is incorrect, as there are no games with the service. GeForce Now Gateway to GPUs is a really bad taste approach. It offers 8th gen experiences at the absolute best, unless you're already on a PC or Mac, which then kind of defeats the point of a gateway service. GeForce Now for PC gamers is a null and void statement. They're gonna play things locally, and if they are remote, Steam Link is gonna do the exact same thing for them, cheaper and better. GeForce Now extends your PC's lifespan? That has legs, and is a massive positive for the service, helping to prevent e-waste. But you're then still facing that game compatibility issue. I think the reason that I have and continue to struggle with what GeForce Now is that GeForce Now doesn't know. Its YouTube and website marketing are completely different from one another, and what you see in news articles and interviews is on a completely different tack yet again. With such mixed messaging coming from the provider itself, how was I ever meant to know what it really was? How was I meant to like it when it was sold to me as something completely different? I wasn't. And I couldn't. That's the stark reality of the situation. GeForce Now was missold to me, and that is where much of my distaste for the service is born from. I'm still not sure after this what it is or who it is for. It definitely isn't for me, a cloud gaming enthusiast without a PC. Nor is it for the hardcore PC crowd. They have better ways of doing what GeForce Now does. It may be for those who are looking to extend tech's life. I feel like it needs to do a lot more work to make that the core of its proposition, if that is the case. But what do you guys think? What is GeForce Now? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it confused? Let me know in the comment section below. And maybe help me to try and see the things that I'm quite obviously missing here. Otherwise, I would like to thank you all very much for tuning in. It is always a pleasure having you along until this point in a video. If you have enjoyed the content, a sub to the channel would make me one with the force. And I'd love to see that like count grow, but most importantly, answer those questions in the comments below, and I'll answer as many as I possibly can and reply to as many as I can with the first few days of this video going live. My name is Doragon. These are my thoughts on what GeForce Now actually is in 2022. And until next time, folks, have yourselves a fantastic day. And take care.